Hey there, drone fans. Today I'd like to talk a little bit more about the DJI Mini 4 Pro drone because I've had so many questions from flyers asking me, is this the drone to own? Should I wait? Is there a new mini drone coming from one of the companies that's better? Is this one still relevant? And the short answer is, I'm not sure what you'd need that the Mini 4 Pro doesn't provide. Even if there's a new mini drone coming, I always wonder, what features am I missing in the current version of the drone that this new iteration can provide? Bigger sensor? I don't really need it. This does 4K at 60 and 100 frames per second. Flies further? This one flies 20 kilometers. Fly longer? I don't know. I can fly 30 minutes, 45 minutes if I'm lucky with the larger battery. I know that's not every time, but if I'm flying conservatively, maybe I get 38 minutes out of the bigger battery. So it flies a long time, it flies far enough away, it's got beautiful imaging, and it's got a whole lot of advanced AI features built in. It's pretty much got everything I need in a tiny little airframe that's under 250 grams. So I avoid the registration hassles in the US. If I'm in another country, there's testing, there's insurance, there's all kinds of hassles with drones that are heavier. And honestly, when I compare this to other drones I fly, because I fly all the DJI drones since they were released. I fly all the Mini series, I fly the Air series up through the 3S, I fly the Mavic series all the way up through the Mavic 3. When that Mavic 4 hits, I'll fly that one as well. And those have their place. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those drones, but what I have here is a small airframe that I can fold up into a package, including the controller, that takes up less space than a pair of sneakers in my bag, so it's with me every time I travel. And the trick question here is, what's the best drone? The best drone is the one that you have with you to capture that footage that you didn't expect you'd want to get. This one comes with me everywhere, so I've got it up in the air. I'm recording 4K footage at 60 frames per second. It's really good in the wind. And it flies a long time, so I don't know what I'd need in whatever iteration is coming next from the company, or from any company really. So let's talk a little bit about what the Mini 4 Pro provides, because it came out of nowhere. I'll be honest with you. I've been flying the Mini series since the original Mavic Mini, like many of you, and that Mavic Mini was an epiphany in a lot of ways. It was almost like they took the Mavic product and stuck it in a microwave oven or something and shrunk it down, or left it in the dryer too long, because it was the big airframe in a smaller airframe. Now, there's a challenge there. The engineers, the brilliant engineers at DJI, had to take all that technology in the Mavic series or the Air series and somehow fit it into a smaller airframe. And the compromise is, what features can I fit in a mini frame that will keep it under the 250 grams? And how do I build a battery to feed all of those features? The electrons in the battery have to keep all those circuits going. So early in the game on mini drones, you left a lot of things behind. You didn't have crash avoidance, you didn't have a great sensor, you didn't have a good imaging package, because all of those technologies required extra power that the batteries couldn't provide. And this is a physics problem. It's an energy density concern with a battery. You can only make it so powerful. The more energy you add to the battery, the more weight you add to the battery, which is kind of a law of diminishing returns. So what they did with the, the Mini 4 Pro was somehow combine all the features that I care about in an airframe under 250 grams. And I'm telling you, when it came out, I read the specs first because, again, I had some early release information on it. I didn't believe it. And when I got the drone, I could not wait to get outside and start testing it. And I'm telling you, it has not disappointed me on any front. It's just an absolutely amazing drone with capabilities that are well beyond what I think a consumer should be flying. And I know that's a bit of a radical view, but this technology belongs at NASA. It doesn't belong in a consumer's hands. It's really that good. So let's talk a little bit about maybe what changed. Well, they figured out a way to build a higher energy density battery. And it was clever that they gave us the standard battery, which kept it under 250 grams, and the extended battery, the Plus battery, that gave us longer flight time. Now, if you use the Plus battery, it puts it over the 250 grams. So in the US, you've got to register it with the FAA. I say this every time. It's not a big deal. It's $5. It's a cup of coffee. Register the drone, fly the drone, have a lot of fun. But if you want to keep it under 250, you can use the smaller battery. You'll just get less flight time. Same features, same functions. They could have changed that. They could have said, look, with that smaller battery, maybe we don't turn on APASS. Maybe we don't build in a lot of the AI features, but they didn't. DJI said, you know what? This is just a power plant. Let's put both batteries in there and keep all the features alive. It's just going to shorten the flight time. So I like the fact that I've got both of those, because I do use the Plus battery more than I use the standard battery, but both of them are in my kit when I head out. I also like the flexibility of the controllers. The RC-N1, which allows you to use a phone or a tablet, gives you the option to use a bigger screen if you want. You can get a tablet adapter for it and put a nice big tablet on there and have a beautiful screen. I tend to like the RC2. This one right here, the DJI RC2, allows me to boot up quickly, have everything I need in one controller, and fly it and have a lot of fun with it without worrying about, is my phone with me? Do I have the right cable? Is the phone charged? Is the application updated? Everything's in one place. So I like the flexibility of that. But the drone itself, if none of this happened, is a brilliant drone. And I don't use that word often, but when I think of the features that are built in, the omnidirectional 360-degree crash avoidance, where that drone is essentially in a crash avoidance bubble whenever it's flying. It can see in front, it can see the sides, top and bottom, behind. So you can fly that anywhere, and it's constantly looking for obstacles that it can run into, and it's stopping before it runs into those obstacles, which is what crash avoidance does. What DJI did, though, is they took it a step further, because they built in APASS, which I cannot say enough about. That automated pilot assistance system, which is kind of a weird acronym, but anyway, APASS technology, that's the latest of APASS 5.0. That is a Martian technology, because what APASS does is it's sort of like crash avoidance, where it's detecting solid objects, but APASS takes the extra step for looking for holes. It's looking for areas where there isn't a solid object. It has an awareness of how big it is when it's flying with the arms folded out and the propeller spinning, and it's constantly, when you're flying, looking for holes that it can fit through. Not just any hole, but a hole that the drone can fit through in a fully unfolded position, which is absolutely amazing. Now, I've flown this, I've done the testing on it multiple times, and my favorite thing to do when I'm trying to show somebody how brilliant this drone is I'll be at 200 feet, I go out in the Pine Barrens a lot, I'll come down at full speed and fly right into the forest. And the drone is analyzing that environment quickly. It's finding the holes, and as I push that joystick forward, the drone just finds a hole, zips through it, it'll elevate, it'll move around. It's absolutely incredible. So I've said before, and people have called me on this drone's crash proof. Unless you do something incredibly dumb, you're going to have a hard time crashing this drone. So it's a safe drone. It has return to home, so if the battery level gets low, it's going to elevate to a height that you've set in the application, spin to face your home point, and land pretty much pinpoint where it took off, which is great. It also has the ability to do a ton of artificial intelligence, where it automatically flies different patterns that are built into the application. So if you're a new flyer and you're getting out there, this drone's incredibly stable in the air. It's got gyroscopic sensors inside, a compass. It's got all kinds of testing equipment inside to know exactly where it is in three-dimensional space. So when you put it up, the drone's going to stay right where you left it. If you take your thumbs off the joystick, it's not going to move an inch. It's going to fight the wind. It's going to try and stay where it is. 3-axis stabilized gimbal on the front, so no matter what's going on up there in the wind, it's going to keep your image buttery smooth. You're not going to see that movement. So all of that's built in. But back to the AI, the fact that I can put it up in the air, hit a button, and have it circle me, have it chase me through the woods with APASS turned on, have it fly away from me and capture the images behind me so I can reveal a beautiful landscape behind me, all of that's built in. And I expect that from a bigger drone like the Air 3S or some of the Air series or the Mavic series, because again, you've got a bigger airframe. You don't really care about the 250 grams, so you can build all that technology into a bigger drone because you're not worrying about the weight. But if I'm in their engineering lab and they come to me and say, look, we want you to build a drone under 250 grams, want it to fly far, fly long, 4K footage, we want 360 obstacle avoidance. Oh, by the way, build at APASS. Yeah, we're going to want all the AI features built in there too, so make sure those are working. I don't know how I would do it. I'd say, okay, it's got to weigh twice that. We can't possibly skinny it down. So again, for me, this is a modern miracle. I can't stress that enough, because I've been in engineering my entire life, from when I was a kid at 12 years old, studying tube radios, all the way up through modern technology. This does not belong in the hands of a consumer. It is that sophisticated a drone. I can't stress that enough. I'm constantly blown away by it, and I fly it pretty much every day. So I guess my argument, well, not argument, but my position is, if you're thinking about getting into the hobby and you're looking for the best mini drone you can fly today, this is it. And if you're thinking, oh, you know, DJI, there's rumors out there about a new Mini coming in a couple of months, and you know, should I wait for that or wait for this or fly this one? Don't wait. Don't wait for the drone. I recommend that every time, because every day you wait is a day you're not flying. And honestly, even if there is some kind of Mini 5 product coming in a couple of months, who knows if there is? I would tell you, I don't know at this point. I'm not under NDA, but I don't even care, because if there is a Mini 5 coming, what could they possibly do to the Mini 5 that would eclipse the Mini 4 for me? Bigger sensor? Bigger deal. I don't care about that. Okay, I'm going to capture better things in low light conditions. I got an Air 3S that does that already. So this does what I need it to do. I don't care that it flies an hour, maybe. I don't care that it's got a bigger sensor, better imaging package. Those are nice things to have. But for me, 4K at 60 is all I'm recording today. It flies really long, it flies really far, it's got incredibly good stabilization, it handles the wind really, really well. I didn't even talk about that. I can't tell you how many times I put this up in the air with no wind. I got out over the ocean, the wind kicked up, and you know, most drones would fight their way back if they made it back at all. This one made it back no problem. So I trust this drone. And again, I can't recommend it strongly enough. From my experience in the year and a half or how long it's been on the market, this is a winner. And as a mini drone, it's not just a winner, it's a miracle that it can do what it can do with an airframe that's under 250 grams. So that's my pitch for today. Best mini drone flying today, and I'll say it again, I'd put it up against the 3S or even the Mavic 3 today for most situations that I'm flying. Unless I need really good, you know, higher quality images, 4K at 60 is plenty for me, and it's plenty for my clients in most cases. So that's all I really had for today. I hope you found this somewhat valuable. If you have comments, please drop those below and I'll respond to them as best I can. I'd love to hear your opinions on it. But for me, the Mini 4 Pro, 2 thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, as always, happy flying.